Hi Glendale, I'm Meg Keller.
And I'm Harper Brady, and you're watching the first episode of the Glendale 411.
This summer, the World Language Club went abroad.
Morgan Schaefer and Cameron Clymer have the story.
This summer, I took kids to Madrid, Spain, and Paris, France.
We hit the ground running, and we did all of these activities as much as we could fit into the day. We took a lot of tours of a lot of historical places. We went to the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe, and a lot of historic places in Madrid too. Saw all the sights.
The kids really loved was we took a river cruise of the Seine River in France, right along the Eiffel Tower. So the Eiffel Tower was behind us, and we got to see all the people along the river, and it was just a wonderful night, and it was a beautiful night, so that was really memorable.
A day after that, we went to Déjeuner in France, and that's Claude Monet's house. So the famous painter is where he lived with his water garden, and it was absolutely beautiful. You could see where a lot of his paintings were based off of, and it was amazing.
Just being in a big city, and the energy of the city is amazing when you're in a city like Madrid and Paris, and not only that, the history, seeing things that were constructed, in the 1300s and the 1400s is amazing in contrast to the kind of history that we have in the United States.
Mrs. Dinamarca explains why she takes students abroad.
I go every couple of years to give students an opportunity to know other cultures, namely to try and use their Spanish. Overall, I think they learned a lot about themselves, about what they want to do with their future, and how our society is really global, and they need to start thinking in that context.
For me, it's more about experiences versus what I get to see. So when I got to talk to all of the shopkeepers and all of the employees at restaurants, it was really cool to get to connect with people on a different level than I could anywhere else.
You go away a connection to other cultures, which you cannot get in the classroom. It's all of these experiences are gathered outside of the classroom, and it's really fun, and I can't wait till my next tour.
Former Glendale student Audrey Mace recently biked across the country.
Tanner Brady, Cameron Clymer, and I report.
So I did a bike tour called the American Challenge, and we started in Charleston, South Carolina, and biked to Santa Monica in California. And it took 6.5 weeks. We averaged 85 miles a day, so we finished with 3,200 miles, which is a lot. But our shortest day was 36 miles, but that was really short compared to our longest day, which was 121 miles. My favorite part was definitely the people. I met a lot of interesting people that I wouldn't have met without this company, and they're from all over the country, so it really opens up I don't know, the people that I meet, and yeah, they're real, all very cool and into the same things that I'm into, and it's awesome. So we had a few mountain passes that were 10 miles long, so it's just 10 miles of all climbing. And then the hardest state probably was Kansas, which was a continuous uphill for a week. In the southeast, the heat index was 120 degrees. So a lot of hard things that factored into this trip. I definitely grew as a person, figuring out that I don't need all these, I guess materialism is not a big thing for me anymore, and enjoying the little things, because we only had to carry what we had on our backs, and everything on our bikes was just what we had. So it's very a different experience than what I'm used to. So it was nice to realize that I don't need all these things that I had before.
This summer, students visited Tanzania with Chocolate University.
Michelle Lewis and Katie Blades have the story.
Okay, this is what they are saying.
Chocolate University is a bean to bar international business immersion program that we run at Ashkenazi Chocolate, and it's designed to allow students to understand that the world is bigger than just Springfield, that little companies that we have here can solve big problems in the world, and to prepare themselves. The students will have 5 days on campus at Drury, and we board a plane and head over to Tanzania. It's about a 50-hour flight.
we landed, and when you walk out of the airplane, you feel this air that's the most clean air you've ever felt in your life.
We got off the bus and all of the children from all different age groups were standing outside in the village, and they were singing, and a lot of people, including myself, we were crying because you just felt full.
We try to help the team make an impact in the village that we're working on. We spend time really with the farmers, focusing on cocoa business.
One day we helped with the farmers to watch how the cocoa bean process happens.
We also had the opportunity to go to different farmers' homes and see what their lifestyle was and how differently they lived from what we lived. And 4 of us would go to a different middle school or high school, talk to the children about abstinence.
The purpose of this trip is to go and to watch how to build a community feeling.
Before we got there, I thought that I was going to see poverty and everything. But the people in Mababu are unified and they're very loving. I just learned about kind of the poverty that we have here.
I think in one word, Chocolate University means hope. I think that Chocolate University is one of those programs that is always there to be doing something that is going to be helping the world.
It's definitely something I will remember for the rest of my life.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to follow us on social media at the Glendale 411.
Signing out, I'm Mag Keller.
And I'm Harper Brady.